Hi, I'm Patty Nunez, your ER facilitator, and this is the introductory video for Unit 1, the Introduction. The introduction is a section of your paper that will be the first chapter. So, the first page of your paper is the title page. Next, it is your abstract. Afterwards, your table of contents. And then, chapter 1, the introduction. Now, the introduction might be the first chapter of your paper, but it is the last section that you write. Your research will be evolving along its process, and your introduction needs to be the presentation of your final product. Nevertheless, writing a draft of the introduction at the beginning of the research process is not a bad idea. Why? Because doing this helps you understand what your topic and your field are, and focus on what you actually attempt to do. In other words, it helps you narrow your objectives. Keep in mind, however, that it is counterproductive to aim for a finished and perfect introduction at this point. It is important to identify the elements that should appear in the introduction. You need first to present your topic and the specific field you are contributing to. Then, there will be usually a brief overview of what has already been said about this topic, that is, previous research. Another crucial element of an introduction is the rationale, which can include your own academic and professional reasons for conducting your study. And it must include the significance of your study in the setting where the research project will be carried out, which allows you to establish the gap you want to fill in. This usually leads to your research objectives, the purpose of your research, which is usually expressed in one general aim and 2 or 3 specific objectives that will help you reach your aim. And then you need to present your research questions. These questions are formulated from your objectives. Therefore, they need to reflect the general aim of your study as well as the specific objectives. Finally, you need to include an overview of the research paper. That is, the chapters there are and the general overview of each chapter. This is usually the order in which these elements appear in the introduction, but it could vary depending on how you decide to present your topic and the purpose of your study. Let's see some examples. These are all examples from the research papers of former students who successfully completed the research report and presented it. In all of them, before their first subsection 1.1, the students presented their topic by reviewing the field they were contributing to and previous research about it. Then, the first example follows the usual structure, presenting the rationale, objective, question, and overview. The second one also follows this structure, but after the rationale, the student decided to include a separate subsection describing the research problem in terms of the specific context where the study was conducted. We can see that the third example slightly differs from the usual structure, as it presents the research objective and questions before the rationale. In all of them, we can see that the overview of the research paper is the last subsection, whether named Overview of Research Report, Map of Research Report, or Research Report Overview. So, the common structure of an introduction goes from general to specific to more specific. Therefore, when writing an introduction, we first need to establish the territory of our topic, that is, the field of study. And then, we should summarize the most relevant recent previous research about our topic, that is, what has been done so far. Next thing to do is usually explaining the significance of our study. That is, why is it important to conduct research about our topic? How is it that we are contributing to the field? We can certainly include at this point our personal experience in terms of our own academic and professional reasons to conduct the study. Why did we become interested in such an issue? All of this needs to logically lead to the gap in the existing research regarding our topic of interest, which needs to be clearly stated, as it is part of the significance of our study. And this all gives room for stating our research objectives and then our research questions, which, as previously mentioned, must reflect the objectives themselves. Finally, there is the overview of our research paper, presenting the chapters and an overview of each of them. Now you can review the contents of Unit 1 and study in more detail what the introduction of a research report consists in. See you!